Okay. Hello everybody, I'm Charlie, and I'm here to introduce to you my own artificial nursing assistant, or Moana. Moana is here to improve the quality of life of pancreatic cancer patients here in San Francisco by reducing their stress from lack of information, emotional pressures, and medical complications. Just so you know, there's at least 70,000 pancreatic cancer patients here in San Francisco alone, with an average cost of $15,000 a month. Is about $1 billion a month just here in San Francisco alone for this one disease. So let me just take you through a quick customer journey. My name's Peter. I'm a 67-year-old father of 2, husband of 1. I'm on a fishing trip. I've had some bad heartburn the last couple of days, but today it's real bad. I can't even stand up. I make a doctor's appointment, head to the doctor, get some tests done, and now I'm getting my diagnosis. I've just been diagnosed with pancreatic cancer and set up with a treatment plan. Part of my treatment plan is getting introduced to Moana, my virtual nursing assistant. So I went home, wake up the next morning, I'm not feeling great. It really hits me like that. This is reality, that wasn't a dream. Moana notices that I woke up and using facilitative questions gauges my physical and emotional state. Let her know I had some nightmares, not doing so good, so she, responding in an empathetic voice, offers me some suggestions on how to handle myself and improve my current situation. So I just am getting chemotherapy done and I start to experience these side effects. I'm freaking out because it's the first time I've had anything like this happen. Am I going to die from this stuff? I let Moana know what's going on with me, and she comes back and assures me that these are not life-threatening. These are common and expected, and gives me some information that other patients have used to cope with these minor side effects. But then what about when we have a major side effect, such as...
Can I have a quick question?
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you. So those minor side effects, do you upload photos into Moana and then it sort of looks at it, or?
I'll get to that.
Awesome, great. Sorry to interrupt, go ahead.
Multiple inputs. So major side effects, such as having an aneurysm while I'm asleep at night. By utilizing wearable health monitoring devices, Moana will be able to see that my blood pressure is dropping dangerously low to, in this example, 60/40. Contact the local medical emergency services, as well as my wife, and get me into the ICU in order to save my life instead of bleeding out in my bed.
So thanks for the Moana, we'll be able to make the treatment journey to be more comfortable and secure by offering the chat, like giving the patients the instant support, because we'll place a refill order for the patients, and then data synchronization and calendar reminder to make sure they have one last thing to think about, because they will focus more on spending time with their family. And next, we'll utilize the existing technology like Aura and Figure, this kind of tracker, to monitor patients' health condition 24/7, so being able to give them the emergency care when their family is not there. So that how we can give insurance companies more incentive to invest as and cooperate with us is that we can reduce the cost of the insurance company they will need to spend, and also the resource in the hospital. Like as you can see from the chart of Accenture company, because they will go through a lot of unnecessary ambulance rides or unnecessary ER visits. So.
And a lot of you might be wondering, what about security? So we're going to be following the HIPAA Act and also the High-Tech Act. We're going to be encrypting all the personal identification data, but we're still going to have all the symptoms, all the images, all the data available within our Moana chain network, so that way we don't violate anybody's personal identification issues, but we will still have access to all the data that other people can use. Also, you might be wondering how we're going to gather this data. We're going to use professional response AI, NLPs, so that we can get data from licensed doctors and nurses, from scholarly articles that are the most cited. We're going to get medical device AI from convoluted neural networks to get the most used symptom images, and emotional stress AI, so we can gather and scrape data from social NLPs, such as patients like me, so that way people can get the best responses based on their stresses and what's worrying them. And of course, for the future case, we have Moana's AI improvements to more deep learning, more diverse diseases, more physiological and emotional traumas, more sympathetic ears, and more relative or personally based AI learning, so that way Moana feels more tailored to you. Everybody's Moana will be specifically tailored to them based on what they learned from them. And based on what we learned from Accenture's data, we see that the market size to be growing by 2026 to reach over 20 billion. Thank you. Now we'll open to questions. What?
Where can you have the data? Where will you get the data?
Oh, we're going to use deep learning technologies such as AI, convolutional
But
neural
in order
networks.
to make the product usable, you
Yes.
have to generate, you have to have a big amount of
talking about
data
the
in the
database.
database already.
So the data source prior to interacting with the user will come from 3 separate sources. The most interesting here is the emotional responses. So similar to the Microsoft's Tay AI that became this racist Twitter bot, by utilizing peer-to-peer support networks that exist online for patients, will develop a similar AI to Tay, except instead of being racist, will be sympathetic and kind of provide tips and tricks that only patients who have gone through this system have experienced.
And
Why do they
you can
give
look
you
it
data?
up online. There is a platform for patients like me. So they gather all the patients that have
It's
similar
our alumni
disease.
company.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
So that's how they can build up a community and like make the treatment journeys like more soothing, because they can get the support from people who really actually have suffering from that, rather than just a cold advice from the doctor or just from the prescription. Yeah. We want to give that support because it's a terminal illness, and we can provide them whatever they need, and they have one less thing to think about, and they can spend their time more with their families for the rest of their life.
Yes.
Have you thought about legal liability in cases when Moana gives advice that might not work well?
So that's why there's a difference in the data sources related between professional and emotional. Professional is from doctors and is basically just dependent on the severity of the side effect in terms of your, is a mortality rate. Is it going to kill you? Or are you feeling bad? If it's not mortality, doctor isn't going to be focusing on your emotional stress as much as other patients who have gone through this. So we will use, depending on if it's using the facilitative question model, we will be able to cater towards a professional response that is in those liable cases. Do you need to go to the ER right now? Or are you just being a bit of a hypochondriac and freaking out?
Yeah,
Or-
but there's still liability issues when it gives a wrong diagnosis. Like, someone
That's
could-
why we need to partner with the hospital and those like experts with the pancreatic like research. So.
Yes, no, you're absolutely right. And the best part about a lot of the data we're scraping is that it's coming from a hierarchy of the most known symptoms. So that way it's going to be able to compare and share with also local doctors and nurses. So that way they can, Moana can know whether or not if the case is like more serious, or like as he said, a hypochondriac case where it's not as serious as the patient believes.
And by also providing the AI your physiological state, we'll be able to tell if you by your BP or your heart rate that you need to go to the hospital, not like I'm freaking out, my heart rate's too high.
Gotcha.
Thank you. Thank you guys.
Thanks, guys.